For those who live near the coast, dealing with the king tides has become the norm, but that does not make it any less frustrating. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner is live in Hollywood. Morgan, you spoke with some concerned residents.
Yeah, Naja, frustrating was a good way to put it. Right now, I'm standing on a road. If I were to walk to the edge of it, it would actually go the water above my rain boots. And the reason why, you'll notice, is right here, because the water is still streaming onto the streets through this mangrove. It sounds like it's a river. You'll notice there are some drains on this street as well, but they just can't work fast enough for the amount of water that's pouring onto the streets. Our photographer Brian is going to zoom down to the end of the road for you, where you can kind of tell there is a seawall. It's almost hard to distinguish between the end of the road and the seawall. In fact, when boats go by, it seems like the boat is just driving on the end of the road. Neighbors out here said it's like living on pins and needles, wondering if the water is going to damage their cars and their homes. Stephanie Burns loves living on North-South Lake Drive.
It's beautiful. I love it. It's just heavenly.
Most days, specifically on days when there are no king tides.
This whole street is basically completely flooded.
City crews spent time on Wednesday fixing pumps on South Lake Drive. But on the north side, right now it is peak king tide, so there are a few things I want to show you on North-South Lake Drive. The first one is this. The water is coming right through the rocks in the seawall and flooding the street, so that area definitely needs to be repaired. The second one, you'll notice further down, there's several areas where you're seeing a lot of bubbling. Those are at least 3 I'm counting. That means the water is coming up from the street itself. It's on days like this one.
Look at this. In the streets.
That Zach Catchum loves to come to this neighborhood to fish.
A lot of times the king tide pushes a ton of fish back here, and I came out here the other day, I was catching fish in the street, using them for bait, but there's bigger fish, not just small fish. This whole entire place was completely underwater. Everyone's house was just barely above sea level. I mean, 1 extra foot, if there was a storm right now, while this king tide was here, all these houses would have been completely flooded.
It's not just Hollywood feeling the impacts of king tides Wednesday. All across the coast of Broward and Dade counties, people will run into some trouble. You're being asked to drive slowly, avoid walking through floodwaters, secure loose items, and keep in mind that higher water levels means lower clearance under bridges for boaters. Now back out here live, we moved further down the street and you're looking at another area where you can clearly see that the sea level is higher than the road. It's pouring onto the street, and you'll notice actually right next to where we're standing, there is a pump pouring the water back out into the sea, or the intercoastal, but it's a never-ending cycle. Water comes in, goes out, and keeps going around and around. Neighbors out here actually in this neighborhood are meeting with city officials later on today to discuss their concerns. I'm live in Hollywood, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.